So should I press it?
No. Yeah. Well, how long did it stay on for last time?
2 seconds, maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
Okay, fine. So it stays on now.
June 2008, question 1. Which graph represents a linear function? A linear function means a line. It's a straight line. Answer 1 is a straight line. Answer 2 is not a straight line. It's a quadratic equation. And therefore, it is not a linear function. Answer 3 is also not a straight line because it goes down and up like a V, which is, for example, y equals the absolute value of x, and that's an absolute value equation. Answer 4 is also a quadratic equation, and therefore it is not the correct answer. The only correct answer, the only one that's a straight line, is answer 1. Question 2. A spinner is divided into 8 equal regions as shown in the diagram below. As shown in the diagram on the board. Which event is most likely to occur? Well, when you make a spin, the spinner could land on one of 8 equal parts. That means every single part is an eighth of the complete circle. So therefore, if you spin it, it will land on one of the 8 parts. Now, the chance of it landing on a yellow, you count up, there's 1, 2, 3 yellows, so 3/8 of the spinner is yellow. So when you spin it, the chance of getting a yellow is 3/8. Whites you count as 1, 2 whites, so the chance of getting a white, mathematically, the chance of getting a white is 2/8. Black, there's only one black, so that's 1/8 of the board. The chance of getting a black is 1/8. And green, there's 2 greens, so 2/8 is green, and therefore, if you spin it, the chance of getting a green is 2 out of 8. The question is not just one of them. The question is, which event is most likely to occur? It could fall out on either one of 2. Therefore, it's not just 3/8, it's not just 2/8, and it's not just 1/8. It's going to be a combination. It could fall out on 2 of them. So therefore, it could fall out in a greater amount of the board. So the first answer asks you, which event is most likely to occur? Answer 1, that will land on a green or a white. So we don't care if it lands on a green or a white. Whether it lands on a green or lands on a white, that's what we want. So therefore, the chance of falling on the green is 2/8 of the board, and plus the chance of landing on the white is 2/8 of the board, so that's 4/8. The chance of landing on the green plus the chance of landing on the black, answer 2, is, let's add it up, green is 2/8, plus falling on the black is 1/8, so that's 3/8. So that cannot be the answer because we asked which event is most likely to occur. So to land on a green or a black is 1/8 less than of a chance than landing on a white or a green. So how about answer 3? Will land, is answer 3 the correct answer? That will land on a green. Answer 3 is will land on a yellow or a black. Is that the correct answer? Let's see if it's most likely to occur. Getting a yellow is 3/8 of the board. So if you spin it, the chance of getting a yellow is 3/8. Plus, it could also fall on the black, so it could also fall on 1/8 of the board. 3/8 of the board plus 1/8 of the board is equal to 4/8 of the circle. And therefore, that answer cannot be correct because answer 1 is also 4/8. And answer 2 cannot be correct because 3/8 is less than 4/8. So it cannot be answers 1, 2, and 3. It has to be answer 4. But let's just make sure. Answer 4. The arrow will land on a yellow or a green. Well, the chance of getting a yellow is 3/8. The chance of getting a green is 2/8. It could fall on the yellow, which is 3/8. It could also fall on 2/8 of the board, the green. So therefore, it could fall on 5/8. And 5/8 is more than 3/8. And it's also more than 4/8. And therefore, the correct answer for 2 is answer 4. the arrow will land on the yellow or green is the most likely to occur of these four answers. Question 3. A school wants to add a co-ed soccer program. To determine student interest in the program, a survey will be taken. In order to get an unbiased sample, which group should the school survey? Every third student entering the school building. That is a good sample of the school. It's a third of the school. That is a unbiased sample. Answer 1 is the correct answer. Let's try out the other three answers. Answer 2. Every member in the varsity football team. That is biased because it's possible that the co-ed soccer program will conflict or will help the football team. Therefore, it's biased. Now, answer 3. Every member of Miss Zimmer's drama classes also does not include the whole school. It is only one type of student, and therefore it is also called biased. Answer 4. Every student having a second period French class is also called biased because it's not every type of student. It's only students who are learning French, and these types of students don't represent the whole school. Therefore, it's called biased. So the only unbiased answer in question 3 is answer 1. Every third student entering the building. Question 4. Factored. The expression 16x squared minus 25y squared is equal to one of these four answers. Let's try the first answer, and we're lucky over here, the first answer is the correct answer. I will try FOIL. The first answer is 4x minus 5y times 4x plus 5y, so let's do FOIL. First is 4x times 4x is 16x squared, because 4 times 4 is 16, times x, so that's 16x squared. Outer is 4x times 5y, 4 times 5 is 20, times x times y. Inner is negative 5 times 4 is a negative 20, times x times y. And last is negative 5 times a positive 5 is a negative 25, times y, or just y squared. So from this answer, when you factor it out, when you use FOIL, you get 16x squared plus 20xy minus 20xy. So the two 20xy's cancel themselves out, because you have 20xy and you owe 20xy. So you're only left with 16x squared and negative 25y squared, which is the correct answer. Now, since there's no middle, so you know that you have to be putting in the same number in the middles and in the outsides. Otherwise, you would be left with something in the middle. That's the difference between two squares, is that if you have a squared minus b squared, that has to be equal to a plus b times a minus b. And let me show you why. A times a is a squared. Outer is a times a negative b is negative ab. Inner is b times a is a positive ab. And last is b times b is negative b squared. And the positive ab and negative ab cancel itself out, and you're left with a squared minus b squared. So therefore, if you tried FOIL, you would see that the correct answer for 4 is answer 1, 4x minus 5y times 4x plus 5y.